The takeover. The Caitlin Clark takeover continues as she continues to destroy ESPN ratings. Absolutely took the hammer and smashed the ratings as always. Not only that, Caitlin Clark appears to be in the top 3 for the MVP award.
Deleted. Forget everything you thought you knew about basketball. Throw out the record books, unplug the stat monitors, and call security, because Caitlin Clark didn't just dominate the WNBA this season. She rewrote the rules. Deleted. We're watching a historical anomaly. A rookie season so dominant it has broken expectations and left the rest of the league scrambling. 62 records. Let that sink in. 62 separate records shattered by one rookie. Deleted. The MVP race isn't just over. It has been hijacked. But with historic success comes something else. Jealousy. While fans are going wild every time Clark steps on the court, one person is reportedly watching with pure frustration. Stephanie White. Deleted. Behind the scenes, whispers suggest White wants the Clark hype to slow down. But that only makes what happened next even more explosive. Deleted. Welcome back to Technical Ali. If you're ready to see the haters exposed and witness one of the most incredible rookie seasons in basketball history, hit that like button and subscribe. Now let's get into the madness. Deleted. Because what happened before the game even started looked like something out of a movie. We've all seen loud crowds, but when Caitlin Clark walked out of that tunnel, the arena erupted. The moment number 22 was announced, deleted. The building went absolutely insane. The crowd noise reportedly reached unbelievable levels, with fans screaming so loudly that the broadcast microphone struggled to handle it. Opposing players were covering their ears, deleted, and the entire arena felt like it was shaking. This wasn't just another game. It was the Caitlin Clark effect in full force.
It's because they won't be very good. That is why they only show the Caitlin Clark ratings, because while everybody else is running around clout chasing, complaining about this, oh, we want transgenders, oh, we talk about racism, oh, we want to go start a queer league, oh, we want to do this and do that. Caitlin Clark has a real basketball fan base. Her fan base actually watches basketball games, which is why her ratings and viewership reflect that. Take a look at this. For the second consecutive week, ESPN delivered its second most watched WNBA game ever. Okay, Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky on ABC averaged 2.6 million viewers, up 79%. It says WNBA on ESPN networks is up 5%. Caitlin Clark shutting down the ratings, shutting it down, taking it over. MVP on the court, off the court, in the box score, in the television box offices, everywhere. MVP everywhere. MVCC. That's what it is. Okay, ESPN delivered its second most watched WNBA game ever for the second consecutive week. It says this matchup ranks as ESPN Network's second most viewed WNBA game on record, including both regular season and playoff games. The audience was up 79% compared to last year's ABC regular season average.
Deleted. This wasn't just an entrance. It was a takeover. The message from the fans was crystal clear. Caitlin Clark is the main attraction, and the rest of the WNBA is fighting for the supporting role. Deleted. She hasn't just changed the game, she's built an entire basketball empire in her rookie season. And the craziest part? The louder the crowd gets, the better Clark seems to play than the buzzer sounded. If the entrance was a movie, deleted. The game was pure science fiction. Analysts are rushing out of words to describe what Clark is doing on the court. She's pulling up from the logo with ridiculous range, firing passes through defenders that seem impossible, deleted, and reading the floor several steps ahead of everyone else. Veterans look like they're moving in slow motion while Clark is playing at a completely different speed. And then you look at the numbers. They're terrifying for anyone not wearing a Fever jersey.
The girl went off for 17 in the third. She goes off in the fourth, just dropping dimes everywhere, 3 straight assists down the stretch. Caitlin Clark happened in the third. He said even more, but we're going to get to Paige Beckers because she's not happy either.
I mean, we fought. We had a good fight. We thought for majority of the game. I think we talked about it. In the fourth quarter, they just laid it on us. They played more physical. They wanted it more, and that's unacceptable as a team.
She said they was more physical and wanted it more. It's just unacceptable as a team. Paige Beckers is hot. Hold on.
Majority of the game, I think we talked about it. In the fourth quarter, they just laid it on us. They played more physical. They wanted it more, and that's unacceptable as a team. And we got to string together 40 minutes. We don't think being down people is an excuse. We have a really good team and really good players coming off the bench and a deep team. So we want to get these wins regardless.
Thanks, guys.
Paige Beckers is pissed. Paige Beckers is hot. Paige Beckers is hot as fish grease, boy. Let's get back to Jose Fernandez because he's still livid. He's still pissed about the Clark show that got put on him.
Sophie, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Sophie Dumont with the Ballers Magazine. You mentioned, your defense going into a Golden State team that also likes, those backdoor cuts, shooting from beyond the arc. What are some adjustments that you guys have to make going into Golden State?
Well, it's different. I mean, Golden State defensively, they get up in you, they deny, they trap stuff. I thought for 3 quarters the ball moved. We read it, we made extra passes, but in that fourth, we didn't finish around the basket. And, we, again, the rim protection, the walling up, and the physicality, that's what it came down to in that fourth.
The rim protection, walling up.
Leaded. 62 records. 62. Most rookies spend their first season just trying to survive. Caitlin Clark walked into the WNBA and treated the record book like a personal checklist. Points, assists, deep threes, viewership. You name it. Leaded. She started rewriting it. This isn't just an MVP campaign anymore. Clark has taken the race hostage. Her impact is pulling millions of eyes toward women's basketball and turning every Fever game into an event. Leaded. And she's doing it with a target on her back every single night. But here's where the story gets ugly. You'd think everyone in basketball would be celebrating a rookie rewriting history, right? Wrong. Enter Stephanie White.
% compared to last year's ABC regular season average. Okay. Here it says through 22 games, WNBA on ESPN Network is averaging 1.3 million viewers, up 5%. So she doubled what the average is. The average is at 1.3. She doubled it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Caitlin Clark absolutely shutting it down. And then we have to get into this as well. Don't you love to see it? Don't you love to see it? ESPN top 3 betting odds for MVP as of today. You got A'ja Wilson, Caitlin Clark, and Olivia Miles. Now, what will be very, very interesting here is we saw the Indiana Fever go out and do an MVP campaign for Kelsey Mitchell last season. They went and wore shirts. They wore all types of, they got shirts made. They damn near put a Kelsey Mitchell MVP logo in the middle of the court and got rid of the Indiana Fever logo last season. It'll be interesting to see if the Indiana Fever put on the full court press for a Caitlin Clark MVP campaign. That'll be interesting. The Las Vegas Aces are going to have their A'ja Wilson campaign going on. The Minnesota Lynx are already doing their Olivia Miles MVP campaign. Will the Indiana Fever do anything for Caitlin Clark's MVP campaign? And let's take a look at this. It says we can dead that 11th best guard narrative. Caitlin Clark is easily top 2 in the MVP race, and she isn't number 2. Take a look here. Caitlin Clark is first in the league in points created. First in the league with points created. She's first in the league in points per game created, meaning points and assists and all, 40 a game. This is the difference. And look, I get it. Aaliyah, I don't know why you came out and said Kelsey Mitchell.
While fans are breaking noise records and ESPN is cashing in, Stephanie White is supposedly watching from the sidelines, furious. Reports claim she's tired of the Caitlin Clark show and frustrated that a rookie has overshadowed so many established stars. She doesn't want to see Clark win MVP, and she certainly doesn't want to watch records 63, 64, or 65 fall. But here's the problem. Clark isn't slowing down. She's getting better. Every time the critics expect a rookie wall, she answers with another deep 3, another record, and another huge audience. The old guard may not like what's happening, but they can't stop it. Caitlin Clark isn't asking for permission to take over. She's already doing it.
Athlon put out an article Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark earns major recognition during WNBA season. Caitlin Clark continues adding to her rapidly growing list of career accomplishments. The Indiana Fever superstar was officially unveiled Wednesday as the cover athlete for the deluxe edition of NBA 2K27, becoming the latest WNBA player to receive one of basketball's most recognizable honors. The announcement comes in the middle of another standout season for Clark and further highlights her influence on both the WNBA and the sport as a whole. NBA 2K revealed the news across the social media channels with a simple message that quickly gained traction among fans, quote, obsessed with the work. Caitlin Clark joined San Antonio Spurs superstar Victor Wembanyama, who appears on the Standard Edition, and former NBA MVP Derrick Rose, who was featured on the Ultra Edition, honoring his legendary career. The moment shows off another significant achievement for Clark, who has become one of the biggest faces in basketball since entering the WNBA. Caitlin Clark calls NBA 2K27 cover pretty surreal. Speaking with Bleacher Report after the announcement, Clark admitted receiving the cover honor was something she never imagined as a child. Quote, it's pretty cool and pretty surreal, Clark said. As a kid growing up, you're always watching to see who's going to be on the next cover of 2K. She also emphasized what the recognition means for women's basketball. Quote, I think it's cool to see where the women's game is at this point too. People are getting excited about what the women's game can bring. Clark said she hopes seeing a WNBA player featured prominently in one of the world's most popular sports video games inspires the next generation of young athletes. Quote, hopefully young kids love it, and hopefully it can show a lot of young girls too about what they can achieve one day. The Fever Guard also reflected on sharing the spotlight with Rose and Wembanyama, calling it an honor she doesn't take lightly. She revealed she first met with Rose while attending a basketball tournament in 7th grade and called Wembanyama one of her favorite NBA players, recalling that the Spurs star once gifted her a game-worn signed jersey that remains one of her favorite collectibles. Damn, they gave Sophie Cunningham a 78 in 2K? I want to see what that 3-point percentage rating's looking like.
Leaded. Stephanie White can complain, scheme, and criticize all she wants, but she can't stop Caitlin Clark. The WNBA is changing, and Clark is at the center of it. With 62 records already shattered and the MVP conversation heating up, leaded. The biggest question is no longer whether Clark belongs at the top. It's how many more records she can break. So what's the most unbelievable play you've seen Caitlin Clark make this season? Drop it in the comments. And if you're Team Caitlin, hit like and subscribe to Clark Fever Hoop for more WNBA updates.